If you are looking to combine a game with cute penguins and cutthroat area control, you've come to the right place. It's a 2003 family classic, Hey, That's My Fish, designed by Gunter Cornet, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce the next one, I'm sorry. This is a 2 to 4 player game that really packs a punch. Tonight, I'm joined by very talented Tom Tung. Tom is a Melbourne-based comic book artist, best known for his daily comic, Mini Tom, which has run for over 2,000 days. Tom, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad you're here. We're playing That's My Fish. We're pretty excited. How about you place the piece first and I'll go next?
Yeah, on the one fish ones. Okay.
Oh, the one fish ones. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's...
Okay, I'm at the corner. So tell me about Mini Tom.
So, Mini Tom is my daily cartoon, and I'm surprised it's still going. It started, 2,000 and something weekdays ago. And what happened was I'd had a backing up error. I was backing up all my files to a hard drive, and the hard drive and the computer have gone at once. Classic. And that meant that my first 2 or 3 comics were gone, and feeling kind of depressed about that. Still didn't have a computer, didn't have a...
yourself, I think.
And I started just doing quick doodles and just taking photos of them with my camera phone. And I figured, yeah, while I'm feeling down, I'll just do this for a little bit. And then I just never stopped.
Yeah, I did a daily movie review for New Game Plus, and I did that for about 3 years.
I used to enjoy those.
Thank you. But I can't imagine doing it for as long as you have. It blows my mind, and also, like, the quality is really good.
Thank you. I think it's about hitting a routine. It's part of my weekly routine now. So some days I'll sit down on Sunday and I will draw a bunch of them all at once. Some days, some weeks, I'm drawing it right before it's meant to be posted. And it does, I think the strip does have a different role in my life depending on where I am. In the early days, it was definitely about dealing with the sadness of losing my previous works, whereas I think
there
possibly, whereas now I find it's a really nice way to stay in touch with people, to let people know what's going on in my life, and also it pushes me creatively because it forces me to consider all my comic making concepts on a daily basis.
So the Melbourne comic scene is actually reasonably robust.
It is.
Can you tell me a little bit about it and your involvement in it?
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I remember when we've had a few of American guests for cons come down and be surprised at how many people are making comics in Melbourne. So many years ago, when I was thinking about getting into comics, I went to a home-cooked comics festival back when they were in Northcote. And I remember I met a bunch of people there, and we were talking about comics and making and everything else. And I was doodling a Superman picture, I think, and some guy comes along and says, "Oh, did you know that there's this monthly meeting of comic creators that happens at this pub in Melbourne, the first Saturday of every month?" And I was like, "Oh, that sounds really great." And the guy sort of gave me the details and he walked off. And had no clue who the guy was. And then someone was like, "Oh, that enter name here, big name writer. He's a really good guy." And I'm like, "That was him?" And and so I've been involved and going to those ever since then.
Well, we've gotten to the stage of the game where you control this area, you control this area, I control this, you control that, I control this.
Yeah.
So we can kind of tally up now.
Yeah.
Because we know I do this,
Yeah.
you sort of snake around here, you snake around here. So yeah, we can work out.
Well,
and so you talked about you published some of your mini toms. Is there another sort of project you're dying to work on, or you want to work on?
I'm always saying there's other projects I'd like to work on. I always try and draw mini tom as far ahead as I can so I can divert attentions to something else. But yes,
I think you've smashed it. So what you've got 52, 3, 4, 5, 55.
yeah.
I've got 42, 44. So your penguins are much fuller than mine.
Good work, boys.
Yeah. So you got some projects you always wanted to work on?
I'm working on a graphic novel right now, and I loathe saying that because the moment I know that I've said it aloud to someone, it's going to either A, never happen, or B, take me another 5 years to do it.
I wonder what that's like. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very different story from Mini Tom, and it's letting me stretch my drawing skills a lot more. And an exercise that was given to me early on when I was learning how to write and construct comics was you always want to write from your point of view, what you know. And the thing is that if you know something, you also know what you don't like about it. Can you take someone else's perspective of someone you don't like and write them? And so, whereas Mini Tom tends to be about me, well, it can be sad, tends to be about me dealing with things, trying to be better, trying to get better. What if we take a character who is cynical and super cynical and doesn't want to get better, and then if I met that person, what would I then find redeemable about them? What would I like about them?
Have you been enjoying the challenge of going about a different perspective?
I'm very much enjoying it, and because I'm drawing Mini Tom all the time, this is a nice welcome break.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, whether that's in 6 months or in 5 years' time. Regardless of the wait, I'm keen to see it. Tom, thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you for having me.
I'm annoyed that you hogged all the fish, but that's okay.